Hello everybody, welcome to this week's Railsplitter Athletics Report. It is a huge week on the LMU campus as we prepare for the upcoming 2015 South Atlantic Conference Cross Country Championship. That'll be held this Saturday over in Pineville, Kentucky at Wasiota Winds Golf Course. And boy, what a big weekend that will be. A lot of people here in the area, fans from 12 teams throughout the South Atlantic Conference, and essentially 24 teams because you've got 12 schools in the league, you got men's and women's programs. A lot of people going to be over there Saturday to watch those races. I think the first race gets underway around 9 a.m., the second one around 10 o'clock, and you know, it's free to the public as far as I know. Come over and watch the event and support your favorite team this weekend in the South Atlantic Conference Championship. We've got a lot of other sports to talk about this week. The LMU soccer team's in the midst of closing out regular season play. They got about a week left, so we'll tell you about that. And of course, the volleyball team still jostling for position as they fight in late season October here for the regular season position. We'll be back with more right after this on the Railsplitter Athletics Report.
Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Subway of Harrogate and Middlesboro has your fresh interest at heart. On your way to work, try one of our mouth-watering breakfast sandwiches or flatbread omelets. If it's lunch or dinner you're after, choose from a wide selection of classic, select, or premium sandwiches that are all made specifically to order. Serving a crowd, Subway also has sandwich platters, giant subs, box lunches, and even cookie platters. Be it dine in or carry out, you can eat healthy and eat fresh at Subway. 368 Catawba Avenue in Harrogate and on the corner of the Village Square Mall, Middlesboro. If you love your car or truck, let us help you keep it clean at Soapy J's. Soapy J's has unlimited wash plans to fit every budget. Try our $5 express wash or one of our 3 monthly wash plans. The Wheel Deal, the Soapy J, or the new Blast Wax. With our monthly wash plans, if you pay with credit card, all you do is pay for the present month and your card will be billed on the first of each month. Don't forget Soapy J's has free vacuums with any wash. Soapy J's Express Car Wash, open 7 days a week. Let us help keep your car or truck clean at Soapy J's. Soapy J's on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro. Institutional case good or architectural woodwork. Nolan Products Incorporated of Knoxville has been serving East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Southeast Kentucky since 1958. From concept to finish, Nolan Products custom builds to the highest quality standards to meet your facility specifications while using only the finest materials available. Nolan Products has been serving and meeting the needs and requirements of general contractors and architects in East Tennessee and surrounding area for more than 55 years. Nolan Products Incorporated, 912 Forsyth Street Northeast, Knoxville.
Welcome back. Friday morning, the Lincoln Memorial University volleyball team departed for the state of North Carolina in a 2-match conference road swing that included bouts with Brevard College and Lenoir-Rhyne University. Friday evening, the LMU women got the victory train rolling when they bounced back from last week's non-conference losses to Lander and USC Aiken by knocking off the Tornadoes of Brevard College 3-1 in 4 sets, winning 25-21, losing 20-25, and winning 25-22 and 25-19 to improve to 9-8 on the year. On Saturday, the LMU women traveled deeper into the state when they moved over to Hickory, North Carolina to take on the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne University for the final time in regular season play. Despite a slow start and falling in the opening set, 25-13, the Lady Railsplitters battled back to even the match at a set apiece with a 25-20 win in the second set of the afternoon, and then took the upper hand when they backed that win with a 25-19 victory in set 3 to take a 2-1 lead. That's when the Bears sharpened their claws and dug in to capture a come-from-behind win with a 3-2 margin, and their second victory of the year over LMU this season by tallying 25-19 and 25-8 wins to take the match. At 9-9 on the season, the Lady Railsplitters played their third road match of the last 5 days this past Tuesday evening when they traveled to Greenville, Tennessee and took on the Pioneers of Tusculum College in Pioneer Arena. Although the LMU women had won 4 of their last 5 conference matches, the Lady Railsplitters' effort to bounce back from Saturday's SAC road loss to the Bears of Lenoir-Rhyne would fall short Tuesday evening as the Pioneers blanked LMU in straight sets with a 3-0 setback, winning 25-15, 25-18, and 25-18 to again put Michael and her club below the 500 mark at 9-10 overall and 6-7 in league play. This week, Coach Michael and the Lady Railsplitters return to the Mary E. Mars Gymnasium to play host to Queens University Friday evening at 7 o'clock, and then they will square off against the Indians of Catawba College Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. before hosting arch rival Carson Newman University Tuesday evening at 7. The Lincoln Memorial University women's soccer team also picked up a much-needed win last Saturday afternoon when the Lady Railsplitters made their longest conference road trip of the season, traveling to Hartsville, South Carolina to take on the Cobras from Coker College. In Saturday's bout with Coker, the Lady Railsplitters snapped a 4-match losing streak by pounding the Cobras 4-1 to improve to 4-6-3 on the year and 2-4-2 in the South Atlantic Conference play. Caroline Souza and Claire Leisure carried the Lady Railsplitters offensively, with Souza getting LMU on the scoreboard in the 14th minute with help from teammate Olivia Thompson, and with Leisure scoring the next 2 goals in the 35th and 38th minutes of the match, with both assists coming from Souza. LMU's final goal of the afternoon came compliments of Coker, and LMU ball in the 83rd minute of the match was headed by one of the Coker players in the wrong direction and was recorded as an own goal. LMU goalkeeper Catherine Lundy spent the first 45 minutes of the match in the net, recording 1 save while giving up the Cobras' only goal, while teammate Kayla Stevens played the final 45 minutes and allowed no goals and picked up 1 save. Wednesday afternoon, the Lady Railsplitters returned to the LMU soccer complex for the first of 2 remaining home matches on the 2015 schedule when they played host to the Lions of Mars Hill College. While the home field was a welcome sight, the luck that returned with the Lady Railsplitters wasn't. The LMU women appeared to be controlling the tempo of the match throughout the first half, and it looked as though the first 45 minutes would end in a 0-0 tie. That's when the Lions' Julia Johnson collected a deflected LMU save with help from teammate Kanani Thomas to score only feet from the frame with 6.8 seconds left in the first half. Stunned by the strike, the LMU women were forced to settle for a 1-0 deficit after the first 45 minutes of play, and then the Lions came out in the second half and again denied LMU a goal to earn a 1-0 win over the Lady Railsplitters in conference action. Following the final horn, we talked with head coach Helly O'Dana about the disappointing loss.
Yeah, is this not the summary of the season this year? You know, it's not fair for me not to recognize the fact that they work very hard. They out-possessed, out-created, out-shots. I'm depending on freshmen, you know, and that's what it is. You know, last game they showed up and showed up big. You know, I think 3 freshmen scored last week or last game, and today the freshmen were the one that missed the easy goals. So I mean, I got to be patient because it's not fair for me to discard what the future holds for these girls. But at the same time, it's another heartbreaker because it has implications on tournament. It has implications on everything, you know.
2 regular season matches now remain, and the Lady Railsplitters are back on the road this weekend when they travel to Anderson, South Carolina to take on the Trojans of Anderson University. First touch for Saturday's match is set for 1 o'clock. LMU will close out regular season play October 31st at home against Catawba. And last week, the Lincoln Memorial University men's soccer team took another step toward hosting a quarterfinal round game in the upcoming 2015 SAC tournament. The LMU men remained tied with Tusculum for 4th place position in the league standings when they traveled to Hartsville, South Carolina and shut out the Cobras Saturday 5-0 to improve to 5-2-1 in SAC play and 8-2-1 overall. The Railsplitters received 2 goals from midfielder Leonardo da Silva and 1 each from teammates Enrique Rezic, Nick Spielman, and Yinkala Wall en route to the win. LMU's Cole Luby got the start at the keeper position and recorded nearly 16 minutes in the frame and garnered 1 save, while teammate Pedro Ozzie played the remainder of the match and was credited with 3 saves. Wednesday, the Railsplitters returned to the LMU soccer complex to take on the Lions of Mars Hill College, a team which historically has caused LMU's men some problems both in late regular season and postseason play, having won the past 6 meetings and 7 of the past 8. From the opening of the match, the Railsplitters went on the offensive, taking the attack to the Lions, while Mars Hill settled for few shots that were on calculated attacks. Both teams' defense was rock solid throughout the first half and then into the 72nd minute when the Lions' Stein Sanner spun around on an LMU defender and blasted a shot in from about 30 yards out that got past LMU keeper Pedro Ozzie and into the back upper corner of the frame for the 1-0 Mars Hill lead. Try as they did, the Railsplitter attack intensified with LMU recording 6 shots on goal and another 6 that either hit the crossbar or post, but the tying goal was not to be had, and for the 7th straight time, Mars Hill captured victory over the Railsplitters. At the end of Wednesday's match, Donahue was disappointed but optimistic about the setback.
Well, the problem with days like this, we took 26 shots, which is 4 times or 3 times the number of shots they took, 3.5 times. We got 10 corner kicks. We hit the post 6 times. A team that plays for one chance to score scores. It's a tough day.
The LMU men are also on the road this weekend when they travel to Anderson, South Carolina to take on the Trojans. That match gets underway at 3:30 p.m. on the Anderson University campus. And moving on, over the weekend, the Lincoln Memorial University women's golf team traveled to Monroe, North Carolina to participate in the SAC Preview Tournament. The event included 9 South Atlantic Conference teams and was played at the Monroe Country Club as a 36-hole event that featured 50 golfers from various teams throughout the league. The Lady Railsplitters cut 10 strokes off their first round total, but could only move up 1 spot after the opening day as they wrapped up the fall season with a 6th place finish for the tournament with rounds of 332 and 322 for a 36-hole total, 654, 78 strokes over par. The host team, Wingate's Bulldogs, won the SAC Preview with rounds of 309 and 315, finishing with a 48 over 624. That was 8 shots better than second place UNC Pembroke, who turned in rounds of 315 and 317 for a combined score of 632 and 9 strokes ahead of Carson-Newman University's 2-day total, 633. Newberry, who shot a team score of 644, and Queens, who turned in a 650, rounded out the tournament's top 5 in 4th and 5th place, respectively. And the LMU women's B team now has Pioneer Classic hosted by Tusculum College at Nolichucky View Golf Course before the program officially shuts out the fall schedule. That event will be played October 31st and November 1st in Greenville, Tennessee, and certainly that's going to be a big event for the LMU golf teams. All right, this weekend marks the first time in the history of the Lincoln Memorial University's membership in the South Atlantic Conference that the institution will host the league's cross-country championship. That event will take place this Saturday at Wasiota Winds Golf Course in Pineville, Kentucky. It'll be an 8K race for the men and a 5K event for the women. And when we return, we're going to talk with LMU head cross-country coach Jeremy Donahue about the big upcoming weekend. Stay with us.
Established in 1982, Dixie Roofing Incorporated of La Follette has been the industry's leader in commercial roofing throughout Knoxville, Tennessee and surrounding counties for more than 30 years. From medical facilities to office buildings and educational institutions, Dixie Roofing has the experience, expertise, equipment, and know-how to handle roofing needs of any commercial structure, big or small. Dixie Roofing is also on the web at www.dixieroofing.com. Dixie Roofing Incorporated.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him.
I watch him cook, because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Welcome back to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. As promised, LMU head cross-country coach Jeremy Donahue joins us now. Coach, I'll tell you, I can't get my mind off the upcoming weekend. You know, we've hosted volleyball tournaments here before, softball tournaments, but never a South Atlantic Conference cross-country championship.
Yeah, it's something we're looking forward to be able to do this first time at LMU and bring an event of this caliber, cross-country meet to this area, and we're looking forward to run in front of family and friends.
While it's great to have an event like that here, basically in our area, our home course, if you will, your teams are not accustomed to running Wasiota Winds, so it really doesn't provide any advantage there. But also for you personally, not only do you have to get 2 teams ready for this meet, now you've got to take on the challenge of getting this prepared along with the LMU Athletics Administration.
Yeah, like you said, there are added responsibilities that come with hosting the event. The big advantage will be just we don't travel. We stay in an area we're familiar with for our athletes. Like you said, we haven't run the course really with it being the golf course. We don't get over there regularly, so there's not any advantage there. But regardless, with the extra work and like you said, not familiar with the course, it's still something we're very excited about, and overall think it provides a little bit of an advantage just being so close to home.
Now, you've known for some time that we were going to get the opportunity to host this. You worked with Wasiota Winds, Jerry Schaffner, and the crew over there, and of course Matt Green has been involved since he took over the reins of the LMU Athletics Department. But for you, this is kind of your baby, your responsibility, and being combined with preparing 2 teams for this meet, it's got to be a lot on you personally, on your mind right now until you get some things squared away.
Yeah, obviously, you just want to get to the gun on Saturday and make sure everything goes off well when you have that responsibility of hosting the meet. But everybody at Wasiota Winds has been real accommodating, easy to work with. Like you said, Matt Green, Cam, Mike Smith, they've all taken a part in it as well. And so there's been multiple people helping to make it as easy as possible. And like I say, want to get through tomorrow, get that course set up after the golfers get off the course, and we change up and make it a cross-country course tomorrow.
All right. The fact of the matter is, it doesn't stop there, though, folks. I mean, when you're talking about hosting a championship event of this magnitude, you've got to make sure that there's ample restaurants in the area to feed all the teams and the fans that are here. Of course, lodging. I mean, the Holiday Inn Express, the Sleep Inn, Pine Mountain State Park, those places are probably going to be taxed in terms of the room this weekend. And certainly you've got overflow if you need it at Wood Lake Golf Course close by, and some other hotels. Now, many teams won't stay the night. They may just make the trek in that morning. But for you, the work started a long time ago. You've got things that you got to finalize this week. But for the other teams coming in, a lot of them are going to show up on Friday, and they're going to have practice runs, right?
Yes, 3 to 7 tomorrow. We'll have teams out there at the course getting a look at the run over the course tomorrow. So they'll get to see it the first time we get to see it with our team. So like you said, we're on even playing field with them, and looking forward to getting everybody out there to see it.
All right, earlier this week we had the opportunity to talk to a couple other individuals about this weekend's championship event, and we're gonna hear from Matt Green and of course from Donnie Caldwell of Wasiota Winds Golf Course. Let's take a look at those.
It's a lot of work, but we have a great staff in place. Cam Wicker is going to be our event coordinator. Mike Smith has done a lot of groundwork for us. Lisa Jones. You get into athletic training with Donnie Grigsby, communications with Scott Erland and Bill Porter. Everybody's come together to put on a championship level event, and so we can't do what we do without the people in place, and we're fortunate at LMU to have some great people in place running this event. And in addition to our staff, it takes volunteers. So it takes other coaches, their student athletes, SAC members, to come out and volunteer to put on a successful event. Well, 12 conference teams, and then typically you can run 10 runners. So it's at least 120 student athletes. When you talk about fans, we're going to have upwards of 500 or more people here in Harrogate, Pineville, in this area. So a championship like this brings a lot of traffic into our region. Wasiota Winds has been an excellent host. They've been great to work with, and I know that their parking lot is going to be packed on Saturday.
Well, they're coming at a perfect time, you know, with the trees and the foliage and all. So staying up at the state park, we've got 100 rooms up there, cabins, cottages, hotel stay. We've got a full-service dining room up there. We also have 17 miles of hiking trails. We're the home of the First Tee Pine Mountain, which is also a partner with LMU, so we get to do our programming with LMU there. But you know, one, we want to promote the golf course. We've number 4 on best new affordable courses nationwide, so it's pretty good place to stay, and we got plenty to offer here.
You know, that's the thing, Jeremy. I mean, while the main focus is the SAC championship this weekend, and there's so much work goes into it, that work is really being shouldered by the LMU Athletics Department and its personnel, along with yourself. For the other 11 teams coming in and their men's and women's programs, the fans involved, you know, they can really make a weekend out of this, and there's so much to enjoy. You've got so many attractions in the area. We're expecting great weather Friday and Saturday, and you know, right over there, right adjacent to the Pine Mountain State Park and the Wasiota Winds Golf Course, you got chain rock, you got hiking trails, a lot to do. Yeah,
like you said, we're looking forward to getting some people here that maybe haven't been to the area, get some exposure to the Tri-States area. As Donnie said, great time of year with the color change, so hopefully we make some return trips, or we get some of these people to make some return trips to the area. Haven't seen it this weekend.
When you told me many months ago that it was our turn to host the South Atlantic Conference Cross Country Championships, you were kind of up in the air a little bit about you know, whether we were going to be able to do it or not because of facilities. What criteria do we have to meet in order to host an event like this?
The big thing is, like you said, one, you want to make sure you do have the hotels and food in the area, but having host other events, we know we have that. So it was just finding a suitable course that you could get 100+ runners on, that you had a wide enough path, and that was the biggest concern, where we had hosted a meet a couple years back, but just in an area that we didn't think was necessarily championship caliber of a course, just with the footing they had there, and also just the size of the venue. Weren't sure it was going to work. So even though we have great trails to run on, it was finding an open area that was really going to work with us, and a little concerned if a golf course was going to work with us or not, and you felt confident they would. So Jerry has been great up there at Wasiota Winds, and we're looking forward to hosting it up there.
Yeah, shy of Brevard and maybe Mars Hill, there's not a lot of other teams in the league that really have the mountainous terrain to run that we have around here. So I guess you're looking for a relatively flat surface, but you have to have a wide expanse, as you've said, a wide enough area for a lot of runners. But all that, even all that combined, I mean, you got to have those hotel accommodations, the meals, the lodging, etc. But you've got to have an athletic staff that can shoulder something like this, work in unison, and put together a certain quality of event. And I think that if you're not able to do that, you pass on something like this. We didn't want to do that. We wanted to host it right here.
Yeah, when I first came in coaching in 08, that first year or two, we had the opportunity to host the meet, and we passed at that time. Once it came back around, really didn't want to pass again, wanted to try and find something just to have that opportunity to expose this area and get some fan support for our teams, since we don't run here often for a conference meet. Really wanted to try and host it if we could, and like you said, we have a great department that works well together to put on a championship caliber meet.
Now, while you personally, your teams are going to be competing against 11 other schools in the South Atlantic Conference, Mars Hill is pretty well a dynasty on the men's side, and of course, I'm sure there's some teams on the women's side that are going to really give you a run for your money. What are the keys for your teams this coming weekend?
For our men, it's to continue doing what they've done all season. We don't necessarily have a runner that's going to get into the single digits and get that low stick, but we have a pack 1 through 7 that are running great together, and they got to continue doing that and keeping that spread down. And if we do that, then we have a chance to come out very successful and one of our best performances over the last few years with the way they've been running. And on the women's side, it's getting healthy. We'll have Kelly Brown back this weekend. She ran the Furman Classic under strict orders not to run hard because it was one of her first runs back. So this is the first time we really let her take the reins off and get after it, and she's going to be key to our success, along with Whitney Elliott. And then girls back there, and Tia Belter, Uriah Thomas, Caroline Cravens, Taylor Grigsby, all that group getting as healthy as possible for this weekend. And I think we're as healthy as we've been in a few weeks, so coming together at the right time for them to be successful.
Well, Jeremy, we want to wish you the best of luck, and I know it's an exciting time right now. We certainly hope that your teams perform to the peak of performance this weekend, and we're looking forward to the race.
Thank you.
All right, Jeremy Donahue, LMU head cross-country coach. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Join the Vive Broadband TV revolution. Vive gives you the freedom to choose with loads of new channels like Up TV, The Hub, The Blaze, and Cubo. Vive's Watch TV Everywhere feature gives you the freedom to watch participating channels just about anywhere, anytime, on any device. And Vive Broadband Speed gives you the freedom to power internet TV services like Netflix, Hulu, Apple TV, and Google Chromecast. Join the TV revolution at vivebroadband.com.
If I got to go to college, oh my goodness. I like discovering new things. You get to see what works for you and what doesn't. That helps you evolve as a person. You get to make like a supernova of skill or talent or whatever it is. I've always wanted to go to college. I just feel like that's my destiny. My name is Queen, and I am your dividend.
Again, special thanks to head coach Jeremy Donahue for joining us on the show tonight. We'll be talking next week with the LMU head women's basketball coach, Crystal Evans. Again, best of luck to Coach Donahue and his endeavors this weekend in the SAC Championship. And all the fall LMU athletic teams right now are vying for those spots in their tournaments, respectively. Of course, the men's soccer team right now in a fight for the third, fourth place position. The volleyball team trying to move up the ranks. The LMU women's soccer team trying to make the tournament. Right now they're in the 8th spot, and they would get in if it started today. But the volleyball team, of course, I think they're going to make it. It's a matter of where they're going to place, and they've still got quite a bit of play to go. But the soccer teams are in their last week of regular season play. I want to remind everybody this Friday evening we can catch high school football on the sister station WLMU 91.3 FM. It's the game of the week, the Old Town Grill game of the week. West Green's Buffaloes against the Claiborne Bulldogs. Adam Haley will have the call. Pre-game coverage starts at 6 p.m. Kickoff slated for 7:30, and again that's WLMU 91.3 FM. To keep up to date on everything going on with Lincoln Memorial University Athletics, make sure you pull up the LMU Athletics website, www.lmurailsplitters.com. You'll find all the latest scores, facts, statistics, player profiles, roster schedules, news releases, photographs, video, everything you want to know. LMU Athletics website. Until next week, I'm Rusty Peace for the Railsplitter Athletics Report. Good night, everybody.